Hi everyone, a very good evening to all. Now we are going to study about the time period of a body in SHM. How to find the time period? See, in generally when you consider for every body, for every body in SHM, there is a restoring force. You have to find that must you show that it is proportional to minus x, like A equal to minus omega square x form. So A proportional to minus x form you have to bring. So that x coefficient will become omega square. Then time period will become 2 pi by omega. That is what the general principle, force law in SHM. Now when you consider a simple pendulum of length L, then here mg sin theta is the restoring force. This is mg. This is mg cos theta. And this is mg sin theta. So if you show it, then the time period will become 2 pi root L by G. Similarly, when you consider spring mass system, a spring of constant K attached to a mass are like this, then when they allowed to oscillate freely, then time period will become 2 pi root M by K. Here the restoring force is minus Kx. So that omega is root K by M, where K is spring force constant. So based on these two things, they can ask the question. Now, when you consider simple pendulum, like simple pendulum is attached to a lift and the lift is going upward with an acceleration, then here M into G plus A effective force will become, so the time period will become 2 pi root of L by G plus A. And also when the simple pendulum is attached to a lift and it is going down with an acceleration A, then time period will become 2 pi root L by G minus A, because the net force will become mg minus ma, where ma is pseudo force. Similarly, when you consider horizontal, or when you connect a simple pendulum to the roof of a car, then ma will act in perpendicular direction, so that the resultant force will become m into root of g square plus a square, so that the time period will become 2 pi root L by under root g square plus a square. Also, combination of springs also they can ask. Like when there is a mass m and one spring attached and another spring attached like this manner, then time period equal to 2 pi root of m into 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2, because in series connection effective spring constant will become 1 by ks equal to 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2. If two springs attached in this manner, like independently they attach to the mass, then they said to be parallel, then it will become K1 plus K2. Then time period will become 2 pi root M by, in place of K, now K1 plus K2 will come. Such kind of questions they can ask based on the time period of a simple pendulum and spring mass system. See, sometimes with very high level, little high level questions, when you consider any system they can give, they can ask the time period. Then according to the given situation, first you have to find what is the restoring force in that system when you displace the body from the equilibrium position. And you have to show that that force is proportional to minus x. Then you have to bring it in the form of A equal to minus omega square x, and then you will get the omega value. Then you can find out the time period. Now, similar way when you consider here, similar based on whatever we have taken, there are few questions. First question, the displacement of a particle executing SHM is given by. Now the displacement is 0.34 sine 300t plus 0.68 meter. So it is like x equal to a sine omega t plus pi, where amplitude is 0.34 meter and omega is 300. So t coefficient, omega equal to 2 pi f, then frequency will become 300 by 2 pi. That is how much it will become, 150 by pi. Or 300 by 2 pi, option 2. Now here, as we have seen, the combination of spring. See, these two are kept in parallel. This is also parallel, like now this is like this. See. Now these two series means all are same constant. So it will become k by 2. It is k only, it is k only. Now all are in parallel. So the effective will become k plus k by 2. So 2k plus k by 2. That means 5k by 2. So that the time period is 2 pi root of m by k effective. So t equal to 2 pi root of m by k is 5k by 2. So equal to 2 pi root of 2m by 5k. Oh, they are asking frequency. So frequency means what? 1 by time period. So 1 by time period means 1 by 2 pi root of 5k by 2m. So this way they can ask frequency, or they can ask angular frequency omega, or they can ask time period. Now when a mass m is suspended from a spring, its frequency of oscillation is n. If an additional mass 3m is attached, its frequency is n2. Then n2 by n1 is. See, when a mass m is suspended from a spring, its frequency of oscillation is n. So frequency means 1 by 2 pi root of k by m. Now if an additional mass 3m is attached, now the new frequency equal to, now this is first one n1, now n2 equal to 1 by 2 pi. Now it will become k by, they did not change the spring, m plus 3m, 4m it will become. So that it will become like n1 by 2, because root 4 means 2 it will become. So n2 by n1 will become 1 by 2. Now next question, if the length of a simple pendulum is increased by 0.16%, its time period will. See, time period equal to 2 pi root L by G. Then T square is proportional to L. Then 2 into delta T by T into 100 equal to delta L by L into 100, because percentage change is very less. Then delta, as T is proportional to N, time period also increases. So either option 1 or option 3. Then delta T by T into 100 equal to delta L by L into 100 is 0.16 by 2. So it will become 0.08. So increases by 0.08 percentage. Now, a simple pendulum has a time period 3 seconds. The pendulum is completely immersed in a non-viscous liquid whose density is 1 by 10th of that of the material of the bob. Then time period of that pendulum is. See here, generally the time period of a pendulum is 2 pi root L by G. Now, the simple pendulum is completely immersed in a liquid. Now, you consider the simple pendulum. Now, it is inside the liquid. Now, mg will act as well as buoyancy will act. Now, the resultant restoring force will become mg minus b, where when you consider the bob is spherical shape. So, m means volume. So, Now mg, if you take common, 1 minus b by mg. Now mg equal to 1 minus b means buoyancy force. Buoyancy force means total volume is inside, volume into sigma into g by mass means v rho g. Sigma is density of liquid, rho is density of solid. So that the resultant force became mg into 1 minus sigma by rho, where they have given that liquid density is 1 by 10th of the density of the material. That means rho by 10. So that sigma by rho equal to 1 by 10. Then resultant force by mass will become G into 1 minus 1 by 10. It will become 9G by 10. So the effective value will become 9G by 10. Now the new time period will become 2 pi root of L by effective acceleration. It became 9G by 10. So equal to 2 pi root of 10 L by 9G. So it will become root 10 by 3. Root 9 means 3 into 2 pi root L by G. Nothing but the new time period has become root of 10 by 3 times initial time period. Initial time period is how much? 3. So 3 get cancelled. Then what is the answer will become? New time period will become root 10 seconds. So that is what the final answer, that is root 10 seconds. So this way you can understand how to use the simple pendulum formula, time period of a simple pendulum and time period of a spring mass system. So just try to understand, remember the formula, remember the special cases. As I said, see, they can give any situation. Like here they have linked the SHM with the fluids. So what I have done is, what is the resultant force? I found it, which acts like a restoring force. Then you have to equate it to force law, mass into acceleration, so that you will get the effective acceleration. So that is what always you have to do in every situation. So similar questions I have given as an assignment. So just try to solve them and try to find it. So thank you all. We'll continue in the session with the another question.